Awesome. We are live, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Forward Friday. So happy to be here with Mary today, Mary Freiburger. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
So how we move forward and navigate through life matters. So we're here every Friday at 9:30 a.m. for you to bring you joy and just some fun and excitement. And we talk about several different areas from spirituality to news to money, health, relationships, or whatever. Like today, we're talking about the holidays and gifts, which is really fun. So Wonderful is not with us today. Bless her heart. She's not feeling well. So we send you love and we hope you feel better. I've got my amazing co-host, Dani Green here. Hello. And Mary Freiburger, our guest with Gems Jewelry. And I'm so excited because mine came yesterday. And check this out, ladies. Ooh, it's so unique. Your gems are so unique. I just love them. So, well, we start off the show with top of mind. So, Dani, what do you have for us this morning?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for listening last week. I got on a thought pattern that took up almost the whole time. And then I thought, is there anything more I could have said? Do you ever do that? Where you say something and then you kind of evaluate, was that okay? Did I go okay? All right. Well, I'm happy with what I said, but there is one more thing I'd like to mention is that, we do have our own psyche that kind of that we have for this lifetime and do life accordingly. But the most important thing is that we can change with knowledge, we can change our perspective, and changing our perspective is so important, changing our beliefs. And so I had a client this week and she had a perspective that really was life draining. So I said, you know how Jesus said that you can throw the mountain into the sea? And have you ever tried that? Haven't moved a mountain recently, literally moved the earth into the sea.
Not yet.
Yeah, exactly. But if you think about that, we have a mountain of thoughts that are either life-giving or life-draining. And those life-draining thoughts, we can just throw them into the sea and have a different perspective. And that's what I help my clients do. But other than that, what's most important is your belief that your dreams are coming true. And so as long as you can, somewhere in your mind, in your body, in your own thinking, you can envision your dreams coming true, that's really all you need. And the energy of those dreams will just ripple out into every area of your life. And so know that your beliefs are really, really important, and they are motivating you to accomplish exactly what's in your heart to do. And so even though we sometimes have limitations, we can change those by changing our perspective and just believing and believing and believing. And I hope that with whatever we share in Forward Friday, that you all continue to deeply believe in your dreams. That's what I have to share. Thank you.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I mean, we essentially have to believe in ourselves first, right?
Yes.
I feel like we kind of have it opposite. We're like, oh, if everyone else thinks I can do it, then maybe I can. But really, it's we have to reverse that, right? And that mindset has to be kind of switched. That is amazing, Dani. Well, just wanted to let you guys know, if you want to chat with us, or if you have any questions or comments, or just want to say hey to us, we want to talk to you out there. Just go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and just get permission. And then I see the comments here and I can pop them up and we can chat with you. So Mary, we want to hear from you. Tell us what's going on and how you got into this amazing business, and just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, first, I just want to comment on what Dani was saying. It's so true about your perspective. of just personally, our family's been going through a lot of serious health issues this year, and we could kind of be in this very depressing downward spiral. Or I've just really strived to keep our life this year as normal and full of joy as much as possible. And each day it's like, hey, I get to hang out at home with my husband another day, day 829 or whatever. And what holiday movie are we watching tonight? And it is about perspective and just being grateful for the blessings you have. So, so I would say that really is a big part of my business, Gems Jewelry, that I started designing jewelry 20 years ago. I was in a big professional career, started having children, and it was just a way that I could still retain a part of my identity and be creative. And I could easily be making jewelry. And then if my kids needed hot chocolate, I could set it aside and come back to it an hour later, a month later, it would still be there. It would still be fine. So it's just been a way over the 20 years of just really fulfilling a creative desire that I have of just working with beautiful beads from all over the world. I do a lot with beads from Eastern Europe, Italy, natural stones from all over. And so that part I just really love. But I often say it's not about the jewelry. That even this morning I walked Green Lake with a really good friend who's a fellow artist who I met many, many years ago, and just still enjoy her friendship very much. Or many of my clients have casually walked up to the table and bought a pair of earrings, and years later we're neighbors. We spend a lot of time together. You know, it's not about the jewelry. It's really been a lot about the friendships I've made with fellow entrepreneurs, clients, just marketing, all of it. Just, it's really opened a whole world to me. And so that's kind of me. I used to sell Gems Jewelry all over the West Coast and a lot of museums and gift shops and the Space Needle. And now I primarily sell it on my website, gemsjewelry.net, or I'm often at the Anacortes Farmers Market in the summer, or I live near Husky Stadium if you're in Seattle and want to stop by and pick out something pretty for yourself or someone else.
Woohoo. Okay, so where did my stones?
So those are little Labradorite rondelles. That
so unique
sterling frame that I was just kind of playing around with it. I'm like, what would this look like?
I saw it and I was just like, I have to have that. Although I've said that to about 50 other things on your Instagram page as well. But awesome. And I picked out a beautiful, well, I probably shouldn't say this in case she's watching, but
beautiful ...
for one of my ... family members. Awesome. Dani, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so I started working for myself in 2015. And when I resigned my church job, I said, okay, God, what else do you have out here in the world to bring healing and transformation? Because that's one of the most important things, is that we feel we have breakthroughs, we feel transformed. Our whole psyche wants to change. We want to naturally, just become better and better and do life better. But anyway, and so then one of the things that I have don't know much about, but you might have a feeling for and a lot of expertise in, is the energetic frequencies of these natural stones. And I use a muzzle testing, so I have a pendulum that registers yes or no. And when I bought my first pendulum, I went to a shop in Snohomish, and she directed me to one that expresses love. I mean, she didn't know that I changed my name to Dani, so I put a little red heart over my eye. She didn't know me, other than she said this one represents love and is sending out that frequency. And I'm like, that's so sweet. That's what I'm totally all about. How did you know that? And I'm so happy to use that. And that one's actually in my purse. I keep it with me all the time. But anyway, so what can you inform us? How did the natural stones empower you to do your work and the clients to buy them?
Well, I know the necklace that Melissa's wearing with the Labradorite, that often people associate it with protection. And that my favorite stone, chalcedony, and I wish I had some of them. Do I have some right here? That it's a beautiful, it comes in many colors, but I really love kind of the seafoam green color, which I do a whole lot with anything associated and inspired by the beach or being at the ocean. And so I do a lot with chalcedony, and that is, expressive of calm, calming, anything having to do with calming, I just adore. I guess what I can also add on to that is I'm really into joy. I see a lot of people who are like, at my booth, or we're trying to help them pick something out. And I'm like, what brings you joy of, and you'll just know it, when you know it, then you'll know it. And often they'll be like, oh, but I have so much purple and I don't, I really should expand on to another color. And it's like, no, you have a lot of purple because you like purple. And if you want purple and that brings you joy, don't buy blue, buy what, get something that brings you joy. And I often see that. Even yesterday, a lovely friend stopped by with a lovely gift for me that I very much appreciated. And, she wanted to get some earrings for her mom. And she's like, but she already wears, she has so much purple. And I'm like, that's the golden ticket. If she likes purple, get her something purple. She's going to open it up and just adore it and think of you. Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. That's really good advice. Yeah.
I love
You'll
that.
see in December, I wear red a lot. I just wear red all month. And then in January, I change it to gold. And then, I seasonally kind of wear colors. But anyway, that's a great advice.
What was your inspiration on your earrings, Mary? Because
that I'm wearing?
Yeah, when you shared with our Fave Biz Society group, which I love, Karen Ray, if you're out there listening.
Yes, we love Karen.
Oh my goodness. I'll just say, I have so many ideas and so much going on, and her group of helping hold me accountable of what I'm doing this week or this month. Oh my goodness. It's good for me.
Yeah, good.
It's really helped me personally and professionally, and she's been wonderful. And the group is just so supportive. So the earrings I have on, they're just really fun. I'm having a great euphoric week. So these are, they're new beads, but they're vintage from the 40s and 50s from the Czech Republic. There's stashes and warehouses of these vintage beads that still exist out in the middle of Nowheresville in the Czech Republic. So I have sources that find these beads, and I am just really attracted to beautiful things. And I just personally just light up when I wear these. And so I have lots of these daisy and snowflake earrings on my website, or you can Facebook with me and I can show you more. But I just kind of love that era of just, and especially this time of year, we may not always have the opportunity to go out and just wear some amazing statement earrings, but now's the time of year to do that. And I think I've worked a lot with Tammy Cannon about just thinking about, when you put on an accessory or, walk into a room, how do you want to feel? And I think this was also a big part of starting up my business of, as a new mom, there was this huge learning curve, didn't know what I was doing, could barely get out of the house. And it's like, if I just put on a nice pair of earrings, maybe I feel like I have my life a little more together and I can appear a little more together out in the world. So yeah, it's a fun time of year to really dress up and just wear some fun accessories.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, we love Tammy Cannon. She always looks so great too, doesn't she? So she's going to look awesome with a pair of your sparkly danglies on her. So do you have any suggestions for people that are watching? Okay. Cause it's the holidays and how do you, we mentioned, we were kind of chit-chatting about the 5 love languages, right? Did you have something to say about that? And does that help you pick a gift for somebody? Knowing?
Oh, definitely.
Really?
I think a lot of people have been through a lot this year, and it is just really special. People really love receiving a gift, and it doesn't have to be a material gift. That Melissa and I were talking about one of my favorite books of the 5 love languages, and by Gary Chapman, of just thinking about acts of service, affirmations, physical touch, material, a material gift, and time, the gift of time. That I think it really helps. I think it's good to kind of understand yourself, which of those things that you need. And then also of what can you offer, to somebody else. And you may be thinking of like, oh, I want to buy them a pair of earrings. But what, they really, really need is, someone to go to the grocery store for them, or someone to come over and rake the leaves in their lawn, or someone to go for a walk, or just they just need a text that you're thinking about them or a phone call, and just really kind of getting out of what do you think you need to do for somebody and just thinking what would really lift somebody else up. And it might just be a text or a phone call and just say, hey, how did that, meeting at your job go last week? How did that conversation with your child go? How did, whatever, how did that thing go? It can just really make it a huge, you may think it's such a small, incredible thing, and it really just may be the thing that gets that person through the day or the hour or the week. So I would definitely suggest thinking about that. And then I will say people love getting gems jewelry. That I hear that all the time of like, oh, those earrings. And it really shocks me. People be like, oh, that necklace I bought for myself 4 years ago, I wear it all the time. It's just like, oh my goodness, that is just so warms my heart. And so when it comes to picking out, a gift for somebody, is like in the line of jewelry, I often say, what is kind of their lifestyle? Are they more, sparkly? Are they more earthy and they're out into hiking? Not that you can't wear sparkly jewelry hiking, but just kind of thinking, are they like big and bold, or do they wear like small pendant necklaces? Just kind of what is their feel? And then people are just like, well, I just don't, I really have no idea. So then it's like, well, what color of coat do they wear? What kind of purse do they carry all the time? What color is their car? And that will give you just kind of little clues. Or go on Facebook and just see like, hey, what kind of necklace or earrings are they wearing in their photos? And that'll give you, an idea. I know it's so tempting that we want to buy what we love ourselves and give it to somebody else, which sometimes works. But yeah, definitely thinking of what is kind of the style of the person that you're receiving. And then I also have gifts, that I know that just seem to be well loved. They're the safety gift. Like, you just need to give a gift and you want it to be well received, and just kind of like, oh, it's the safe gift. It's a really, very stylish pair of just totally gold earrings or sterling silver. And I'm also thinking, do they have any sensitivity to metals? That a lot of people have reactions to nickel or toxins in the metals used in jewelry. So all of my jewelry is sterling and gold fill. I do have some brass. All my ear wires are made in the USA, but it's really something to consider, that if someone has sensitivities, you probably don't want to be giving them brass earrings. You want to be giving them, sterling and gold fill. And you can get nice jewelry for, affordable prices. It doesn't have to be expensive. And so just kind of taking those things into mind. But at the bottom line is like, what is going to bring you joy? Maybe that gift you really want to give to somebody else. Maybe you need to really get something for yourself to acknowledge an amazing goal you've accomplished or something. In fact, my girlfriend just bought a gorgeous blue sparkly necklace set for herself for just going for 11 months of a health issue that she's been really working hard on for 11 months. And she made it through 11 months. And she's like, I'm going to get me this big gift. So it's just kind of a fun way to recognize yourself or others and give thanks if they've been house sitting for you or they've done something nice for you. Yeah, those are some suggestions. Yeah. What else?
Do you do gift certificates?
I do.
Well?
Right.
Oh,
yeah. On my website, you can get a gift certificate. Definitely.
Whatever they want.
They can get whatever they want. And if you use the code Forward Friday with no space, then you can get 20% off right now. So you can go out and buy gift certificates for something later if you like.
Yay. That's so generous. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure. Definitely.
Yeah, great. And a gift certificate is such a good idea. Absolutely. Yeah.
Is there a space in Forward Friday for the code?
All one word.
Is it capital F or small f?
Capital, but I'm not sure it matters.
Oh,
and if
okay.
not, if there's any problems or anything, just give me a shout out and I'll just help you with it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
think it goes through Monday.
Through Monday.
Okay, great. For everyone to check
Yes,
out.
these things where you have to like schedule your life around a coupon. No, none of that. Like we're too busy. I want to be with my family. I don't want to like go dealing with a coupon when I need to be doing something else.
Exactly. So what are some family traditions that you guys have? Tell me, Dani and Mary, what are your family traditions that you are just looking like so forward to? Dani, you go first.
Yeah,
well, I'll go first. So our house is the house where everyone gathers. And so I just expect a lot of people over. And we all do all the basic Christmas stuff. So Christmas to me it's so much more, actually, it's so much more now about being together than the gifts that we've really scaled back our gift giving because we just realized the most important thing is we're well and we're together. Some of the restrictions, have lifted. And so Christmas just feels so different for our family than it has in the past. Yeah. So everything Christmas is what we do. How about you, Mary?
Well, it's really interesting we used to have all these traditions of going to Christmas Eve Mass and going to a big party with our friends in the evening. And boy, we miss those things. But, now with health issues, we're just going to have a really awesome Christmas at home. My 2 boys are at college 5 minutes away, but I'm just like, I cannot wait for them to come home. Just cannot wait, even though they're so close. I still hardly get to see them. So I'm just really looking forward to having them home and watching movies. And I think one evening, my husband and I usually go see Handel's Messiah at the Symphony. I asked him the other night if we could just curl up on the sofa with the fire and the dog and some candles and just enjoy listening to it at home. So we're going to do that one night. We'll probably watch Mass online together. And then usually for Christmas morning, I make like a big bread pudding with eggs and fancy sausage. And I have it all ready to go the night before so that we can just wake up, shove that in the oven. And then we usually, open gifts. I'm just really excited. I mean, it's hard to get gifts for teenagers, but like this year, I know my daughter isn't listening. I made her a beautiful Shutterfly book of our trip to Alaska. I can't wait to give it to her. Like proud of myself because that is something that's hard to pull off for me. And just got some really fun pillows with pictures of our dog on it for all of our kids. And I'm still trying to figure out what to get for my husband. That's a good one. And then we just spend the day together. And then our big tradition, we've always had a Christmas salmon. So we have like a big salmon dinner. That's something we've always done. I'll probably go up and visit my parents some point during the day and go see them. So yeah, we just have just a really lovely family day. And then often I'll get online with my kids and we'll just like do more shopping. Because it's really hard to pick things out for people. And so when my kids are home, they'll be like, oh, I need some clothes or shoes. So we'll just keep on shopping later on in the day. But we just have like a quiet day at home. And then this year, I'm just thinking I may go for a walk with a friend or something, maybe late in the afternoon, who's just I know a lot of people, like they celebrate with their kids in the evening and, they have to go to another house the next morning. So it's like, maybe I'll go see if one of my friends needs to go for a walk in the afternoon or something. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to the holidays and really seeing my family and my kids.
Okay, so what's your tip on getting kids to go to college 5 minutes away? Because mine are getting older and I'm terrified they're going to like move away, go to college far, far away.
My gosh, we need like a whole nother program about that.
Yeah, right.
Well, my first son, he thought he was going to go to a college in upstate New York near Syracuse. And I would even like pull up like the live camera of like, this is how much snow there is right now. Do you realize that? But boy, you kind of just have to let them, do what they're going to do. You just kind of have to just be at peace and just hold them of what path they're meant to be on. And at the very last minute, he switched to going to the University of Washington, which I'm a fellow Husky dog, go dogs. And he's just super happy there. And then 2 years later, his brother, Jeremy, got accepted at many colleges all over the country, including the UW, but not the computer science program. And so that was just a really hard one all year, that he really wanted to study computer science, but he wasn't in that CS program at the UW. And I helped him for hours and hours this winter with this appeal letter. And he just wrote a really great letter, made a really great case of why he needed to be at the UW and why he should be at the UW. And on like the final day, they let him in. And I just can't even imagine if I would, and he wanted to be close. I can't even imagine if I had to move him across the country. And just so many kids are going through so much this year that it's really been great that he's nearby. And like I said, I don't see them. Like it's not like they're over here. They're living their own life, but it's fun because I'll like text them and say, hey, I'm going to be in the alley in 5 minutes and I'll drop off a bag of burgers or a pizza or groceries for them. Or I see them for 20 seconds, give them a big hug, and I'm on my way. So yeah, I'm just blessed to have them so close.
Have Husky sports on the TV, and maybe they'll like start to like kind of like, oh, these Huskies are like interesting, and get them to be maybe interested in that.
Okay, back to jewelry. I don't know why. It's not very artistic. I love to make sports jewelry. So that's like another thing I do. I love to those are some of my favorite clients who are like, I want Husky jewelry.
Yes.
I want Seahawk jewelry.
And the Seahawks, the green, those green, lime green ones are my next want. So that
joy. Joy. Like, it brings me joy to like make Kraken jewelry, Seahawk jewelry. I'm here to help you with that. So
what are the Kraken colors?
Oh, kind of like that navy and then kind of that mossy, grassy green versus like, that's how I see it. Whereas like the Seahawks are more of like the bright green.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect gift for
perfect gift. $20, $24. And then like if you're hosting a watch party, how fun to have like a hostess gift of like all the ladies can have matching earrings. Fun gift.
Such a good idea. What's going on in your world up there, Dani? What are you thinking about? You're in deep thought. I can always tell when Dani's in deep thought.
Yeah, I was just thinking about our kids' college journey. You know, our daughter went to Western and then got her master's online, but she went to Korea to teach English for a year and met her husband from New Delhi, India. And so it's so true. You just have to let them be and let them explore in their lives. And, you know, I always like to tell people in that age range that whatever path you choose is going to be perfect for you. You don't have to choose the perfect path. Yeah. It's too much stress. You know, just choose a path and it's going to teach you. You're gonna learn and grow and change and mature. And then, you know, like your son pursuing the path he really wanted and appealing. That's so perfect. And now he's so grateful to be in the program, probably more than any of the other students, because of the challenge he had to accomplish that. Yeah. And then our other daughter just met a lot of really great girlfriends and went to Utah for the public university there. I mean, what? And our son, you know, went to Central, but they all just choose different things, and you just have to support their choices. And one of the things that I think is most encouraging is, like, I don't know if this happened to you, but in high school, my kids didn't really want to talk. I'd say, how was school? My son would say, schooly. Anyway, but if I stayed up late enough, he'd come talk to me. But anyway, but once they leave home, you all of a sudden kind of become a favorite. You know, they miss you and they want to just be with you and the comforts of how their life used to be. So be encouraged, parents, that once your children leave home, they really do miss everything about their childhood and you become their favorites again.
That's great advice. Oh my gosh. So ladies, this always goes by so fast, but we only have a few minutes left. So Mary, how can people get in touch with you, get a hold of you? I put your Instagram up there. But if you want me to put any other information, but just tell everyone how we can reach you.
Through my website, gemsjewelry.net with a J, or just through Instagram at Gems Jewelry. And I would just love to hear from you, and I would just would love to meet you. This has just been really, really fun.
Yay. Did I spell it right? Awesome. Well, so next week we have Victoria Sexton with us, also from our fave group. Have you met her yet, Mary, or have you done any of her things?
I love her. Oh my gosh. But the problem, like, my mind is like Shark Tank. I will just sit here and I will just get so many ideas. And it's like, wait a minute, there's one of me. There's 24 hours in a day. I've already set my priorities. But Victoria, I just love her. The whole side hustle she's great. I just have to like rein it in. When I listened to her before, I came up with all these incredible ideas that I know would be so amazing, but I'm like, there's just one of me. So how can I kind of implement maybe some of these on a smaller scale? But yeah, she is really inspiring. I adore her. I can't wait to tune into that.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to check out anything. So I'm really excited to have her on next week. But this week was marvelous getting to know you, Mary. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
for joining us. And I can't wait to see you in person soon. And good to see you again as well, Dani, as always.
Thank you, Melissa. Do you have some in-person events you're thinking of doing, Melissa?
There are a lot of events going on out there right now. I'm literally going to 3 this weekend, 1 tonight and 2 tomorrow. So I'm not putting any events on the calendar right now.
Okay, well, great. Just let us know, maybe even in the chat, of when some of those things are. So that'd be great for all of us to try to catch up with each other.
Yes, so many events going on. Like if you really want to get out there, there are tons. Tons. So, and wonderful. If you're watching, probably not. She's probably sleeping. We pray that you feel better. And thank you again, Mary. So good to see you. Thank you, Dani. And Victoria, if you're watching, we'll see you next week. We're here every Friday. And here's a little bit of info. If you would like to be a guest on our show, just fill out this form and we'll get you on the calendar. Thanks so much for watching. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We love you.